I was driving and I just had this prompting to get out and check on her. I'm not sure why, I just felt I needed to check on her. So I pulled over the side of the road, and when I opened the back door, I knew her eyeballs were rolled back. She was having a seizure.
That day in December of 2011, Sandra Ferguson was in the middle of Archer County, 20 miles from Wichita Falls, and without a signal to her cell phone. With her granddaughter in distress, she was left with only one choice: to drive.
I was terrified. I was by myself, besides the 3 babies who were dependent on me for making a good judgment call. And I was just praying because I needed, wisdom. How am I going to get through this? What do I need to do next? Aiden wasn't crying. He was not. He wasn't what you would think a 3-year-old's going to do when his nanny is freaking out in the front seat trying to figure out what to do and praying and praying out loud now, so he's hearing my prayers. He knows there's something definitely up, and I'm trying to get him to do things to her that he wouldn't normally do. Shake her, wake her up, make her cry, because those are not things you tell a 3-year-old to do to this baby. He saved the day because he could tell me what he was doing, tell me what she was doing. He kept me calm, told me not to worry. And because he didn't get all excited and worried, that calmed me down. I knew that at that point that they're fine. She's competing. That they're fine in the back seat, and I can concentrate on driving and getting where we need to go and get there safely.
Finally, Sandra's 911 call went through, and Archer City Emergency Services met her on the road and quickly transported Ashlynne to United Regional's Emergency Department. Dr. Ramasamy Selvaraj and the Emergency Department medical staff were waiting for her. Once she was stable, Ashlynne was admitted to the pediatric unit so doctors could determine the cause of her seizure. Dr. Gadam Rowe, Ashlynne's pediatrician, and Dr. Danny Bartel, the neurologist on call, teamed up to figure out what was happening. Tests revealed no permanent neurological damage and a very serious urinary tract infection. Antibiotics were started immediately, and Ashlynne was on the road to recovery.
It was just before Christmas, and it's not where you want to be just before Christmas in a hospital. They took a personal interest in Ashlynne and her family, the cousins that came up and the babies that came up. They just wanted to make sure everybody was included in everything. It didn't stop at just one shift or one nurse in particular. Every nurse that walked in that room was that way. So it was just an awesome experience.
Today, Ashlynne has fully recovered from her infection, spending her days playing with her grandmother and smelling the roses.
I had no idea that the equipment that Ashlynne was using was funded by the Children's Miracle Network. Makes me wish I'd given more than $1 when I gave. If they hadn't been there, and if they hadn't funded all of Ashlynne's equipment, I couldn't tell you where her treatment would have been able to go. There may have been a point in time where she wouldn't have been able to receive some of the treatment because the equipment that she needed was so specialized that she may not have had it available. And our children are a valuable resource. Our children are the most important. They're our future, they're our tomorrow. They're the ones that are going to be our president and our lawyers, our judges, our police officers, our doctors, our nurses, and we need to provide for them today. So I would strongly recommend donating to the Children's Miracle Network. You never know how many lives it will change or touch. Just your $1 will change a life.